This morning we heard this cardiologist telling us that we should have very good reasons not to follow evidence because it might bring problems if we don't. But we don't have problems if we prescribe too much, for instance. I think it's mostly because our patients are not conscious enough about the problems of too much drugs, too much medicine. But how could we help to change this? We have problems if we don't prescribe the right things, but we don't have problems if we prescribe too much.
Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? This was a particularly loathsome cardiologist. He was really the exemplary cardiologist who used a very selective range of evidence to talk about doctor compliance and doctor adherence, and we're coming to get you if you're not adhering to my guideline because I know best. We didn't like him very much, did we? No. But he doesn't work in Barcelona, so it's all right. But why has no one noticed that patients don't complain about being given too much medicine, and there's this adherence thing, and we should follow all the guidelines? Why don't people actually line that up with the fact that people don't take 50% of the medication they're prescribed? Why don't they think more about why patients don't take it, rather than having all these campaigns to educate 4-year-olds about how they should learn to take medicine and do what the doctor says? And why don't we think, because actually patients are voting with their feet. They're saying, I am being given too much medicine. I'm not interested in taking all these. I won't tell my doctor because they'll be upset. I'll just put them in the cupboard. And we need to think about that contradiction because it's very prevalent, and I think it's in every country in the world. And the humiliation of going to somebody's house after they've died and opening the cupboard door and realize that this dutiful patient who thought you were treating well had just put everything in the cupboard for the last 10 years. So we need to be more. It's another good reason to go to people's houses and send them to the toilet to do a urine test and then have a quick shufti to see how many tablets are lying around. So there's a contradiction there that we need to think about.